Hello all, my name is Krishnaik and welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this particular video, I'll be answering some of your questions that you have basically given in YouTube and in my channel, and there are a lot of questions. I definitely cannot answer all of them, but I'll try to answer most of them. And first of all, before beginning this particular video, I would like to thank you all for the support that you have basically given. It is basically motivating me. I'll try to upload more and more videos. I'll try my level best that you have that perfect knowledge in order to make the transition to data science career. You have that real-time experience and all the different types of tools that are basically used in companies, and so that it will be a very easy transition for you, and you'll be able to clear the interviews. So let's begin, and I'm going to pick up some of the questions, literally not all, but yes, a lot of comments have come within this week. I'll just say you, if I just see my views in my channel, it has been increased literally. Thank you one and all. Thank you all guys. Thank you for trusting me that much, and definitely I'll be uploading more and more videos. So let us go ahead and try to I'll read down some of your comments. So this particular comment is from Raj Shekhar Kati. So he says, hi Krish, are you providing F2F training, that is face-to-face training or online training? So guys, I would love to provide face-to-face training and online training, but I don't have time. I also go to office, and apart from that, after coming back from office, I utilize some of my time in uploading these videos, creating these videos. The reason is that I try to upload more and more videos because my learning speed also increases. I get involved throughout the day, because I have to do the office work, and that actually helps me to make my hours more productive, and the efficiency of mine is also basically getting increased day by day. So as of now, I have not planned for any F2F training online or offline. So definitely I would love to, and when I'll start, I'll definitely let you know. The next question, I'll just take it out. I'm just scrolling some of the things so that so one question is that how do you get so much of time to upload the videos? Don't you go to office? Just kidding. So this particular thing, again, I've answered you guys. Every day, it's not like every day I make some videos. One fine day, I'll just sit down. When I'm recording the videos, I'll sit over here continuously for 3 to 4 hours and make as much as possible videos that I can. And then it is not like I just want to upload everything just in one day. I'll just take one day, try to upload two videos every day, and that way your learning pattern will also increase, and you'll be able to cope of a lot of things if I try to introduce two algorithms or two videos. Sorry. Now let us see some other questions. Okay, are you planning for uploading deployment of machine learning models end to end with respect to each and every environment? So yes, I'm doing that. I've already created a playlist where I'm actually showing you how to deploy machine learning models in Heroku. Then I'll move into AWS. I'll be introducing you to containers like Docker containers, Kubernetes, and all. There is a whole lot of videos that are going to come in deployment of machine learning models, and that will actually give you a real-time experience. So that will be very, very helpful for you in the case you are going for interviews and all. So one more question that I really got was that, really appreciate your work, mate. Can you please guide us to how to get internship, since I don't have any work experience in this field? And guys, if you don't have any work experience, I'll tell you that do the self-study, solve as many projects you can, and follow end-to-end part from the requirement gathering till the deployment of the model. Since I am creating videos in each and every section, let it be deep learning. If you don't know that, I have created a deep learning playlist which is called as complete deep learning, and I have already uploaded 22 videos, and more 15 to 20 videos, the whole deep learning playlist will get over, and then after that I'll try to upload more advanced concept of deep learning. So you just have to practice each and everything in such a way that you are trying to develop a whole scale application. So make sure that you do it till the deployment stage, and by that, once you get that experience, you put that thing in your resume. Okay, you put that thing in your resume, put your efforts in basically solving many projects, commit your code in the GitHub, let people see what kind of work you have basically done, share with all your friends, share it in LinkedIn, and if they like you, definitely many of the people will basically follow you. You'll get the confidence and finally start applying in companies. You have various portals in applying in companies like Stack Overflow, posts, job post in LinkedIn, you have Naukri.com, many more. Okay, so apart from that, Let me just see some more comments so that okay, regarding the salary. Okay, one question was that what is the salary with respect to the freshers that they will be basically getting as a data scientist. Now this particular question is most commonly asked with many of the people. I'll just directly say you, if you are just going in service based companies or product based companies, mostly there will be some base pay that will be allocated with respect to the company, but for data scientists they do give some additional amount. So I would suggest that I would mention that an average salary for a data scientist in any of the companies for fresher is somewhere between 5 to 7 lakhs INR in India. Okay, in India. But if you're going abroad, if you have done your masters, then in abroad like US, usually it starts from $72,000 salary. And how do I know? Because some of my friends are already working and they have basically informed me about it. Okay, apart from that, I'll just scroll and select one comment. Okay. One question is that please provide a guide video or GitHub page to follow videos in an order. For example, you have already done 2 videos before on this on topic of deployment and you're intermixing all the things. Okay, fine. So this was by Amar Kumar. Okay, Amar, initially when I was uploading video, it was just I was trying to check myself that how good I am. Okay, and so I was uploading videos as I was already learning, and I started uploading videos around 3 years back. Okay, from 3 years back I started uploading videos till now I have uploaded more than 168 videos. So initially, as I was also learning in that particular stage, I did not follow any order. Whatever problem, whatever questions you all subscriber asked in most of the videos, I was basically finding solution for them and I was uploading things. Okay, now what I have decided is that I will create a playlist, separate playlist, where all the ordered of machine learning will be there. All the algorithms I'll include of machine learning. Already I have started doing it for deep learning. If you see my complete deep learning playlist, now for any deep learning projects, any deep learning problem statement, you have to follow that particular playlist. So the name is complete deep learning playlist. Over there, till now I have uploaded 22 videos. I'll be still uploading more. I'll be completing the whole deep learning series along with the advanced deep learning techniques. Now similarly, I'll do it for machine learning only. I just have to order them. I also want to introduce a lot of maths concept for all the machine learning algorithms. That I'll just do it very soon enough. Okay, I'll do it very soon. So I'm planning to do that. I just want to take out some time and do that ordering thing, and definitely that will get fixed. So again, I'm moving it, selecting one comment. Okay, hello, I'm going to switch my career from education assistant professor to data science, but not clear where to start from. I've done my master's in computer science engineering. Could you please help me understanding the domains? Okay. Now most of the questions are this kind. Basically you are from different backgrounds and you want to basically switch into data science. Guys, it is very much simple. Don't worry currently about the domain knowledge. Don't worry how you'll switch. Just start learning data science. Understand why data science is used. It is just a technique. Okay, so whatever experience that you have in your previous organization or the current organization, it is fine. Okay, you just use that concept, try to learn data science and just try to see what you can do basically with the data science. Once you understand that, you can basically apply in any domain that you want. Okay, and by that, when I'm saying domain, right, you may be in finance domain, you may be in teaching domain, you may be in any other domain. Okay, that does not matter. But first of all, the thing that you need to understand is that you need to understand how does data science work, what is the main purpose of data science, what kind of techniques can be solved through this. So if you are able to understand this, and again how to learn it, I already uploaded a lot of videos regarding it. Solve the problems, see how many algorithms are there in machine learning. First of all, each and every algorithm, try to understand the maths behind it, try to understand the concepts, and just go and see how the code is basically implemented. Again, over there you will be having abundant libraries, so you don't have to write the complete maths. There'll be just 4 lines of code which you'll basically be implementing. That's it. Then after that, how do you hyper tune it, how do you optimize it, how do you increase the accuracy, all this kind of stuff will automatically come. After you practice some of the problems, then go towards Kaggle, pick up the problems and solve it. That's it. And when you are solving, you just remember the whole life cycle, whole pipeline, right? Feature engineering pipeline, feature selection pipeline, and start solving it. Who do you come to? So one more question is that who do you come live in front of us? Okay, I'm planning, guys, to come in front of you all in live session, and definitely I would like to I'd like to basically answer all your queries. But yes, just give me some time. I'm still more shy right now. I don't want to come in front of you like that and just come in front. Just give me another 2 to 3 weeks, and definitely I'll be there in front of you all. So I'll be taking up live session, live questions from you all and everything. Just kidding about shyness, but yes, just give me 2 to 3 weeks time. Okay. So there is also one more comment saying that Dr. Mahima Khokar. So she says, or he says, "Hi, you're doing a wonderful job. I am a PhD in theoretical physics from IIT. Want to switch my career in data science domain." Wonderful question, guys, because recently I had basically read an article in Business Times. So there, it was basically clearly, article was basically written how a physician, basically who was an PhD in physics, how did he switch to a data science domain. And it was awesome. I was just reading that article. The whole story of that particular article was very neatly given, very precisely given, and yes, they had applied data science to their domain knowledge very nicely. They just, how they learned that particular framework, all the things were that they understood what the machine learning algorithms can do, and finally they were able to implement in most of their they basically applied that machine learning, artificial intelligence in their domain specifically. So that was very interesting. So yes, Dr. Mahima, you can definitely use data science in physics, okay, but you understand that first of all, what does data science do? If you are able to understand that, any use case that you pick from your domain itself, you can apply wherever the data science or AI, ML, whatever you want to basically do it. Okay. Let me see some more examples, and again, no, let us not make this video too big. I'll just pick up some more questions, and then we can close off the session. And I have some more surprises for you at the end. There is a whole lot of things. I'm very much excited to tell you a whole lot of things into this. Okay, so I told you guys, yes, many of them are asking, do you take offline or online course? Guys, not right now, but I am planning for it. Just wait for some time. First, let me just give everything for free. Let me upload more and more videos for you all, and then if I get that interest one day, then I'll definitely do that. Otherwise, currently there is no such plan. So many of them have also asked, can you make a video on how to do reverse engineering, or can you define it here itself? Okay, this is a question by Rahul Singh. Guys, reverse engineering basically means that you have a use case. Now, suppose there is a problem in that particular data set, like missing values. How do you handle missing values? Okay, so you go and check in feature engineering how to handle missing values. Now, just when you are handling the missing values, what are the different statistical concepts that you can basically use? You won't believe, my first project, I did not know Python properly, I did not know machine learning properly, I did not know deep learning properly. So for my first code that I had actually written, I had imported pandas, I read the data set. Okay, that was my first code. I did not learn Python, but just by writing 3 lines of code, I was very fascinated to read the data set. Now, the main thing is that after that, I tried to understand, if I had a complex data set, how do I load it through pandas? Then I reverse engineered, I did some reverse engineering to understand the parameters inside pandas, read_CSV function. Okay, and I found out various ways to read data set, and that is how you should do reverse engineering. Any problem that you face while you are actually solving a problem statement, just go one step behind and start doing the reverse engineering with respect to feature engineering. Now, suppose you are solving one particular use case, you will find missing values. Suppose you are finding imbalanced data set. Now, in that particular case, how do you fix that problem? You go to that particular scenario. Okay, that is a pipeline of feature engineering. Go back, solve that particular problem, come back. Okay, there, what you'll do, you'll learn feature engineering techniques, you'll learn statistical analysis, you'll do a lot of stuffs. Now, that is a reverse engineering where you are combining multiple subjects and learning at once, right? So this is the main thing, what I meant basically by reverse engineering. So definitely this particular questions, I think I'll take a halt away. Again, every week I will be taking up your questions. I'll be answering through this Q&A session. But now the surprise part for you all. So guys, I have already created a playlist on deep learning. I have started playlist on deployment of machine learning models, and apart from that, I'm also going to start a playlist on what is the maths behind each and every machine learning algorithms and how that particular machine learning algorithm will work. I'm going to start it pretty soon. Apart from that, I'm also starting a playlist on statistics. I've already started a playlist on statistics, but I have not uploaded more videos, just 11 videos. Now, from your request, many of my subscribers are basically requesting, please upload videos on statistics with the real world scenarios. Okay, so that is what they are asking me. So what I will do now is that The statistics playlist that I have already created, I have uploaded 11 videos. So now I'll start explaining more and more concepts. I'll be uploading more and more videos related to statistics, so that you'll understand each and every concept in statistics and how that is basically applied with respect to feature engineering, with respect to feature selection. Now if I'm taking an example of Gaussian distribution, why Gaussian distribution is used, how it can be helpful for us. So this kind of scenarios I'll just be uploading. I'll be uploading what is correlation, Pearson correlation, all this different kind of stuffs. When I say if a distribution is not normal distributed, then what it is basically called, all these kind of questions will get answered. I'll be uploading more and more. And apart from that, I'm also going to create a playlist which is called as visualization, where I'll be using tools like Tableau, Power BI, ClickSense, so that to give you more visualization knowledge regarding it, so that it will help you all for doing a career transition by just self-study, So that is what is my aim. And this was all about this particular Q&A session. Please thank you all guys for supporting my channel. Please share with all your friends, mostly college guys, who will, because I know the pain of you all, right, when they are making the transition. And even I had faced that particular pain. So this is just giving back to the community, making sure that your transition easily happens with the knowledge that you basically have. And yes, please do share the channel with everybody. Subscribe this channel. Let's make this community a bigger one. Let's make this community in my group as a bigger one, so that I can help as many as people over here. So that's all. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you one and all.